What's going on? I'm jcmentalz, back again cooking up in FL Studio. So I wanted to go back to the golden era hip hop back in the 90s and make a New York style type beat. But before I get into that, I do have a couple things to tell you about.
Old people are the greatest. They're full of wisdom and experience.
Ah, my brakes! Oh, shit! My brakes! My brakes!
I do have several high quality loop packs available, so if you're interested in that, all my social media information will be in the description. If you make drum kits or loop packs and you'd like me to use those in my tutorial videos, feel free to hit me up about that. As always, I do give away all the beats in the tutorial videos that I make, so if you're interested in a beat, feel free to hit me up about the details. Finally, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notifications. That way you guys know when I'm dropping videos. Let's go ahead and jump into FL Studio, and I'll show you what I have for you this week. So as I said, I did make a Boom-Bap Beat this week. I started off with a sample. This is what the sample sounds like. Alright, so the next thing I added was a bass line. It did have a bass line, but I went ahead and EQ'd it out so I could add my own. This is what the bass line and the sample sound like together. Alright, so the next thing I added was the drums. I have a kick drum, I have a snare drum. I actually have two different closed hi-hats, an open hi-hat, some toms, and a cymbal too as well. But I wanted to go ahead and go into a little depth with the hi-hats. I found a moving hi-hat is what it's called, and this is what it sounds like. So what I did is I went ahead and layered it with like a really lo-fi hi-hat, and this is what that hi-hat sounds like. So I want to give it a little grit with the hi-hat. I also offset these separately too as well, so they're not exactly on the grid. So this is what they both sound like together. So as you can tell, there's that kind of degraded sound. This is what the rest of the drums sound like together. So with the drums, you can kind of tell there's a little bit of a swing going on. So they complement the bass and the sample. Everything fits together. Moving on to the mix, starting with the sample. As I said earlier, with the EQ, I did take out the bass line. That way I could make room for my own. I also took out a little bit of the harshness and the high end too as well. Also with the sample, I went ahead and put a delay on it, and I went ahead and customized it to my liking, and then automated when the delay came in and out. So for the bass line, I actually didn't do anything to it. I really didn't feel like there was anything I needed to do to it. So for the kick drum, I went ahead and put it in mono, and then the rest of the drums, I just took out the low end. Moving on to the master, per usual, I have Fruity Multiband Compressor and Ozone 8. Another thing I wanted to point out is I went ahead and made some chops within the drums to make them a little more interesting. That way it's not the same old stagnant pattern over and over again. A change up is nice, especially when the loop is the same, it makes things interesting to have things fall in and out, and have some breaks in there. So I hope you guys liked everything. If you have any questions, make sure to hit me up. If you like the beat and you want to use it, get at me about that too as well. Also, if you have any questions or suggestions, make sure you're dropping those in the comments. I do read all the comments. Finally, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is appreciated. If you don't know what it is, you should definitely find out. It's jcmentalz. Peace until next time.
jcmentalz.